Hey, I'm sitting outside of school waiting for my wife to come out. She's possibly got some potential students, some Chinese students, so we're just waiting to see. The only problem is when I put my glasses on my head, I end up with two little dints in my head, which, having no hair, means I look a bit stupid. More than I usually do. Before you say anything. My wife and I were talking before about accents, and it's how strange that there's like 57 or 59 different tonal or regional accents in China. And it got me thinking about this country and how many accents we have in this country. And I'm quite thankful that I don't actually have a Norfolk accent where I was born and brought up and where I live now. Because if I did, I would sound absolutely ridiculous. And the Chinese language is very hard to understand. But not just Mandarin, which is like the common language for the country, but each province has its own language. And it's very rare for one province to understand what another province is talking about if they're using their hometown language. And some people have likened it to accents, like accents in the UK, but it's not like that at all, because we're still speaking one language, just in a slightly different way. Whereas with Chinese, there's different words. Like she said a sentence before, says, do you want to go shopping with me? It's like 10 words in Mandarin, but in her hometown language, Hunanhua, is actually just 3 words. And it's like that for every single province. So there's like 59 different languages within China. So it's amazing, really. So you could say that most people are in China are bilingual because they speak Mandarin Chinese and their hometown language Chinese. Sort of puts us to shame, really, us English people who know English and the international language of sign, like beer, one, bugger off. So it's got me thinking onto UK accents, and I'm actually very grateful that I don't have a Norfolk accent because I was born in Norfolk. But if I had a Norfolk accent, I would sound terrible. But there's a difference between Norfolk and Suffolk. Even though I live in Suffolk, I was born in Norfolk. But if I talk like that, I talk like you come from Norfolk. And there's nothing worse than talking like that. It's all very slow, and people talk like that, especially around Norwich. And they talk like, they say like, I went down to the shops today and I bought myself a tractor. I did, and I rode on it. Suffolk is not quite the same. So if I come from Lowestoft, it's a little bit faster. It's still got a little bit of twang in it, but it's a bit quicker. And the way people talk when they come from Lowestoft is a little bit sharper. And it's not quite as long drawing out as Norfolk, but it's a little bit similar. So they say things like suffin and nuffin, but then as you go further afield and you get out to Birmingham, it sounds a bit different. Because a lot of people in Birmingham talk like they're singing. You know, they go up and down. They go up and then they go down. They go, alright, how's it going? Is it going okay? I think it's lovely. And as you go further north and you get up to Liverpool, they talk a bit like that. Excuse me language, alright, I'll fucking have you. But then when they talk like that, they go a bit further over to Manchester. But then you come down to Yorkshire, and people talk a bit different. And I remember when my wife first met a guy who was friends of my parents, and they're talking like that, and took this and took that and t'other, and she couldn't quite understand anything they were talking about, and it was funny. Right, it was funny. Accents I find difficult is Wales. I'm not very good at Wales. You've got ones like Gave the Engine. Now there's lovely, isn't it? Nobody really talks like that, I don't think. So you go a bit further down into Cornwall. Cornwall's a little bit Hello, got myself a text message. Cornwall's a little bit like Norfolk, but they're a bit rounder. And then as you go further north, then you got well, yeah, I mean Newcastle, where they go up, they go down, mostly up. I remember watching a program Biker Grove, and you know, man, and crocodile shoes. It's Glasgow. I can't really do much of a Scottish accent. Glasgow's a bit like that, where they talk a bit harsh. Dibby-doo, dibby-doo, Eddie, bidoo-gadoo, freedom. Whereas Edinburgh's quite sweet, and you go a little bit higher. Oh, of course, you got in London, didn't you? You got the old Cockney geezers, and nobody says everything's about apples and pears, do they? And you just everyone talks like Phil Mitchell, right? And that's what you find in American movies, isn't it? You go to an American movie, you got two different kinds of people. You got the Londoners, the real Cockneys, the gangsters, or you have people that talk like they've got something stuck in their throat, like, hello, I'm from London, where are you from? Yeah, I'm from London and all, innit? Yeah. Nah, mate, nah. I don't know much else. I'm not, like I say, I'm not that great in accents. American, I can't do American. I just, if I try and do American, it ends up being like a mishmash of New York, Brooklyn, California, and Texas all rolled into one. So I'm not going to do that. Whereas Australian's a bit different, because you know, you've got the usual things where people say stick a shrimp on the barbie, but nobody says that. I used to work with someone from Australia, and they never talk about putting shrimps on barbies. She said they eat a lot of steak, and yes, they drink beer, but other than that, it's just normal, you know. Not really shrimping on barbie kind of people. Don't know, maybe a bit of South Africa when they talk a bit like that. That's crap. Then of course we come on to the stereotypical kind of accents. You go across the water to France, and you find people. Not everybody talks like this. It's quite a put on movie kind of French, and the French accent is very similar to England in the way that it has regional accents, and people can talk differently depending on where they come from. Unfortunately, I do not know the different accents. I only have this common mock accent that possibly is not very French, and a little bit stinky. Bonjour and au revoir, bonne nuit, and enculé. Then of course you have the one that everybody likes to tackle, the German accent. That a lot of people seem to think they talk like this, like they are in the war, but it is not very accurate, I don't think. They, they do talk a little bit like they are angry, but a lot of people I have spoken to said that the German accent, is actually quite beautiful. I myself do not find it beautiful. I find it quite aggressive and not really pleasant to listen to. That is not a reflection on the German people. Then you have the Irish accents. Now Irish is a little bit different, but I'm not very good at Irish. I can only really do the little leprechaun kind of voice, which is similar down to Cork, I think. It's not like Dublin, where Dublin Dublin's a little bit like that. I think. I think. Does anybody say think? I'm not sure. But it's not quite the same as Northern Ireland, which is more of a twang, like Sinn Féin. We going to Belfast. Monkey! What are you doing up there? Huh? Ah! Oh! Oh! Ah! Oh my God! You're so heavy! Where are you going? Huh? You want to come down? Oh! No, again, ready? Ready?
You do.
Oh!
Oh, ouch.
Don't throw up on my head. Oof. I thought he was going to throw up on my head. Well done for keeping it in. Congratulations. Oh dear. Yay, clever boy.
Hey, yeah.
Oh dear.
Hey, yeah. Smiling. Smiling, baby.
Ugh, you got bits of food all around you, look. Where you had your dinner. Yeah. What's the point of me putting that big two-armed bib on you? Huh? Look. Don't shout. Oh. Excuse you.
Are you tired?
Yeah. Nope, 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 you can't have that. Nope. Ah! No, you can't have that book. That's all my notes. Come here. No, 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 no.